Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going over my step-by-step guide on how to set up an LLC in Delaware 2 different ways. So the first way we're going to talk about is going through the whole process on your own. Now, don't panic. There's only 6 steps, and I'll walk you through the steps the whole time. The second way leaves all the hard work to a professional company like Tailor Brands. So who are they? Well, Tailor Brands is an all-in-one online platform that has helped more than 500,000 businesses form their own LLCs. They have a team of experts who can handle all the heavy lifting of starting your business for a fraction of your time. So if you want to learn more about LLCs, including how to set one up in Delaware, then welcome. I'm glad you're here. Now, before we move on, if you decide that you want to try out Tailor Brands, you'll find an affiliate link down in the description. Using the link, you'll get a bit of a discount that you wouldn't find directly on their website. That being said, what exactly is an LLC? A limited liability company, or LLC as it's more commonly known, is a type of business structure that combines the flexibility and simple nature of a partnership with the liability protection of a corporation. By forming an LLC, you establish a separate legal entity for your business, meaning your personal assets are separate from your company's liabilities. In other words, if your LLC has any legal problems or even debt, your personal assets should be out of the picture. Also, LLCs give their owners flexibility in management, taxation options, and the chance to bring in multiple owners, known as members, who can share in the company's profits and losses. All of these benefits have made the LLC a popular choice for many entrepreneurs starting new or existing ventures. Now, you can set up an LLC 2 different ways, like I mentioned before. To start off, let's go through the process as if you were doing it on your own. Now, really quick, I want to add in many states, LLCs are formed through the Secretary of State. Delaware is one of those states too. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and get into the first step. So the first order of business, you need to choose a name for your LLC. Make sure the name you pick is unique and hasn't already been taken or similar to another business. You can use the name search tool on the Delaware Division of Corporations website to make sure the name you want is available. When it comes to naming your LLC, Delaware has a few requirements. Of course, the name needs to be unique. Even similar sounding names should be avoided. And the name must have limited liability company, either spelled out or abbreviated at the end of the name. Now, despite what the name should have, there are some words it shouldn't have. Those words include bank, words that could cause confusion between the business and government agencies, and words that could be considered vulgar or inappropriate. Now, when it comes to naming a business, we hear the term DBA, or doing business as, thrown around a lot. Depending on how you choose to name your LLC and your business, you may not need one. Say, for example, I'm going to name my LLC Lawnmowers Pro LLC. If I register and run my business as Lawnmowers Pro LLC, then chances are I wouldn't need a DBA. If I run my business as something else, even as Lawnmowers Pro, then I would likely need some additional forms, like a DBA. I wanted to bring this up because DBAs can get confusing, and when I first was starting my business, I wished someone would have made it easier for me. Now, we have a whole line of DBA videos to help you through that process. In Delaware, DBAs are approved at the county level, so if you have any specific questions on how your state does things, check out the Delaware County office you'll do business in. Next step, you need a registered agent. A registered agent's job is to be the middleman for important legal documents for the business. The registered agent can be a member of the LLC, or an outside agency can be picked too. Whoever you decide, they must be a resident or authorized to do business in Delaware and be available during state business hours. If all the members work full-time outside of the business, fulfilling those duties in-house make it tricky, so definitely consider all your options. Now we can actually move on to creating the LLC. Delaware does this through the Certificate of Formation. You can complete this application online or by mail. Some of the questions they'll ask are the name and address of who is forming the LLC, the business name, and the name and address of your registered agent. And naturally, any of the state fees would be due with the application. As of 2024, the fee is $90. Next step is to create your own operating agreement. LLCs in Delaware aren't required to have one, but an operating agreement makes sure all the members are on the same page. Even in a single-member LLC, it's still better to have one than not. The agreement itself should have the breakdown in ownership, members' rights and responsibilities, how profits and losses are divided, what happens in the event of disputes in the business, and what happens if a member wants to leave or terminate the LLC altogether. Now, your operating agreement isn't set in stone. Agreements can and should be updated whenever there are changes in the LLC. Next, you need an employer identification number, or EIN, for your business. An EIN is kind of like your business's social security number. Having one isn't required for all LLCs, but is if you plan to open a business bank account, apply for a business loan, hire employees, or even pay business income taxes. Getting an EIN is free and can be done online or by mail directly through the IRS. Finally, you need to get your business ready to pay the necessary taxes. In Delaware, LLC owners are responsible for federal, state, and local taxes. Because LLCs are considered pass-through entities, the business itself isn't responsible for reporting and paying taxes. That responsibility is passed to the owner or owners. So all income from the business is then reported and paid through the owner's personal tax return. Along with these taxes, be sure to be prepared for self-employment and payroll taxes if you plan to have employees. Delaware doesn't have sales tax, so you're off the hook there. Now, LLCs in Delaware don't have to file any annual reports, but there is a flat annual tax of $300 that is due June 1st every year. Now, if going through all these steps on your own sounds like a lot, there is another way to get this all done. Personally, I don't have enough time to get this done, and I would most certainly forget to do something, which is why I chose Tailor Brands to do this for me. So if time is in short supply, you lack the expertise to handle the paperwork, or you simply don't feel like dealing with it all, then there is an easier way, which is using a business formation service like Tailor Brands to take care of everything for you. Now, personally, I see Tailor Brands as one of the best business formation services out there, especially for beginners, because they take care of everything for you. Now, don't get me wrong. There are other great services that I also tried, such as Zen Business, LegalZoom, and Swift Filings. So if you want to learn a little bit about them too, I'll go ahead and leave some review videos down in the description for you to check out. So what is Tailor Brands? Well, they launched in 2014 to offer new businesses the resources they would need to launch a successful business easier and more efficiently than the traditional way of doing things. So they created an AI-powered site that offers a one-stop shop to give startups everything they need in one place. They offer services for websites, digital business cards, and merchandise, along with their popular registration and management services. So you can get everything from them for a yearly subscription or by selecting individual services as you need them. So let's walk you through the process of applying for an LLC with Tailor Brands. The first step is to specify your state. On the Tailor Brands official website, you will find a Choose Your State field. Simply click on the drop-down menu and select Delaware. After that, click on Get Started. Then you'll type in the name you've picked for your LLC. For the next step, you'll answer a cluster of pretty simple questions. Essentially, these questions help the platform understand your business so they can get an idea of what your business will need. Some of these questions include where you'll run the business, what products or services you'll offer, how you plan to offer those services, whether you'll have employees, and the current stage your business is in. You'll get the opportunity to choose things you're looking for some help with too, like business licenses, websites, or logos. Now, you're not committing to anything by making any of the selections. This is so the Tailor brand's website gets a better understanding of what they can offer to help your business. They'll also give you a checklist to mark things you've already done for the business. Now, there's no pressure if there's nothing to check off, because these answers go into a free business coaching program offered to you from Tailor Brands. Now, you're not required to take it, but it is free. So why not? Naturally, you'll be asked to provide your personal information, including your name, email address, and zip code you'll run the business in. And just to be clear, this information is solely used for forming your LLC. Next, you'll be offered a few services to make running a business a little bit easier, like compliance reminders and a branding toolkit. You can get expedited processing too, in case you're in a bit of a time crunch. The last thing you'll need to choose is your plan with Tailor Brands. There's 3 they offer, ranging from semi-DIY to Tailor Brands doing it all, including marketing resources. Their plans help tailor to every budget. Once your application is processed, Tailor Brands will take care of submitting your application on your behalf to the state. So, as you can see, the process doesn't have to be overwhelming. By letting Tailor Brands handle all the hard work for you, you can have peace of mind that everything is being handled correctly, and you have more time to focus on your business. So this sums up both ways to set up an LLC in Delaware. By 1, doing it all yourself, or 2, having a business formation service do everything for you. At the end of the day, I feel Tailor Brands is a great option for setting up an LLC for your business. The process is fast and user-friendly. Not to mention the additional services they have, like logo design, website building, domain registration, and business cards, adds even more value to its services. The prices for their services are reasonable, making it a good investment in terms of the time and hassle you save. I would recommend Tailor Brands to anyone starting a new business who, like me, is looking for help with it all, from incorporation to brand identity. So for the convenience and a quick and seamless startup process where all you need to get started is a business name, Tailor Brands has you covered. And that's going to be it for today. I really hope you learned something, and if you did, hit the like button and subscribe for more. And like I mentioned before, if you want to try out Tailor Brands, check out the link in the description to get that discount I mentioned before that you wouldn't be able to get if you went straight to their website. Also, feel free to leave any questions in the comments below, and I'll do my best to try and answer them as quickly as I can. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.